Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I paint lemons. I hope you enjoy the video, and if you do, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. I've added some raw sienna to my palette. It's a bit messy because I was using these paints yesterday, but I usually have alizarin crimson, sap green, I need more sap green on there, cadmium yellow light, ultramarine blue. I've got some cad red light on there, but I probably won't use it, and I have raw umber. That's about it. Oh, and titanium white. I should say too, I'm using water mixable oils, and I'm using my raw sienna, and I'm going to outline on here my lemons. It's a branch actually, so we'll say it's coming in from this way and going in, and I'm going to hang some lemon shapes off. We'll put in 3 because 3 is an interesting grouping. Just a rough sketch of where I want things. There's probably a leaf out here somewhere, and it may change. Okay, so that's it roughly, although as I say, that all could change. So I'm going to start with the lemons, and I'm mixing titanium white with some cad yellow light. I want a bit darker colour than that. Up here a bit. Okay, I'm just going to put in the rough shape, and everything gets refined as we go along. So don't worry if it all looks a bit sketchy at first. Paintings go through a sort of teenage area where they're a bit gawky and awkward, but then they turn into swans. As we go along, and we keep refining them. Actually, I like that yellow better. I'm going to put some more of that on there. But as I always tell you in the beginning, I'm just getting paint on my canvas. I'm not worrying about shadows or highlights or lights and darks in general. I'm just putting down paint. Okay, I found a tiny bit of sap green, which I'm going to mix with the cad yellow, a touch of alizarin. Oops, you can't see that. To bring the colour down a little bit, and maybe I'll put some white in there. White, titanium white gives it an opacity that I like, especially when I'm laying in those colours. Okay, so I'm going to put in some leaves. So lemons have quite a delicate flower. So I'm going to mix a little raw sienna in with my green, and I'm going to put in some stems, and we'll have them coming out of this part, and then the white flower will show up against the green of the leaf. Can't really see that very well. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to, and you know, while I've got it at this stage, I'm not thrilled with my background. I'm going to put in I'm going to put in a little more blue here and here, maybe in there and down here. And I'm going to add some titanium white to that. I'd like it a little bit lighter. And now is a good time to do that because nothing is definite. Everything can be rearranged and I'm not going to worry too much. Do I like that any better? I'm not sure I do. I'm not sure I like that leaf there. I'm going to take that one out. I might put a little more green. You can always adjust as you go along. Don't be intimidated by having started something. You're not committed until the very end, in my opinion. You can change anything. In fact, I have gone in and changed the entire background of pictures that were otherwise quite successful, and I've gone back weeks later and repainted the background. I kind of like that a little more. I might put some more blue down here. I'm just taking straight colour straight off my palette. Put a little blue up there. I think I like that a little bit better. And I'm going to use my trusty powder brush. And I'm just going to blend it in very lightly, as you would if you were powdering your face. I like that a whole lot better. I'm happy with that now. Now I'm going to redefine my stem because I lost that in that remix. So I'm mixing a little raw umber in there to make it a bit more definite. Maybe there's some leaves coming out in the shadows down here. I'm adding a little cad red light to my cad yellow light. And I'm going to give my lemons a little shadow. I'm going to say that the sun is coming in from this direction and that this is the shadow side. So I'm going to put a little shadow on each of them. That shadow might get darker. And I've spread a little colour on the leaves. I like to, when I'm using a colour, I've mixed a specific colour, sort of add it to the rest of the painting because it sort of pulls it all in together. That's just the way I paint. I mean, people do things differently. I work on my painting as a overall project. I don't develop one area at a time. I keep going back and working on each part. Okay, so I'm going to take my cad yellow light, which has got a little bit of the orangey red mixed in with it, but I don't mind. And I'm going to continue with my lemons. They have like a little tiny bump on the bottom. It might be too early to put that in, but we'll put it in anyway. I think that's definitely more lemony looking. I'm going to use some of that yellow on top of my stem. And then for the flowers, they have quite delicate leaves. And there are 5 petals. So we'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. do this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually think we need another one here. So we might make it 7 flowers because odd numbers are better than even numbers. They're more interesting to the eye. Let's put the top on these buds. We'll make one here. I feel that these lemons could be a bit bigger. So I'm going to make them bigger. Look at that, I managed to get too much water in there. That's better, I think that's better. I definitely think I'm going to get serious with my lemons. I'm mixing the cad light with white, and I'm going to stroke that on. I've lost my dimples at the bottom again, so I'm going to add those. And I'm going to put some light on the branch too. I'm going to load my brush with the titanium white and strengthen my flowers. my buds. For me, painting is all about putting the paint on the canvas and adjusting it as I go along, because things happen. Water drips get on there. I make too heavy a mark that I need to take off. That's, for me, what painting is all about. It's just a case of adjusting and readjusting all the time. You don't have to get things perfect the first time. Everything can be touched up or gone over. And you end up with something. Sometimes you're pleased with it and sometimes you're not. What can I say? I think we're getting there. Now I've mixed ultramarine blue with sap green and a little touch of alizarin crimson to give me a very dark shadow colour for my leaves, because I feel my leaves could use some darks, and they could be bigger also to go along with these big lemons that I've created. So I'm going to stroke that in using my 3/4 inch flat. That's better, isn't it? Okay, we do that here. And I'm going to do that here. Be here. And here. And I might get some on the flower by mistake. And we know, don't we, that that doesn't matter, that I can go in and readjust it. Okay, I'm going to some there. I think that's looking better already. Now the green, the lighter green on the leaves could be adjusted a little. So I'm going to do that. It doesn't matter if I cover up a little bit of a bud. Oh, I like this a lot better. I think this is actually working. I've managed to get some red on my leaf there, but that doesn't matter either. I'm going to put in some leaf shapes down here. Maybe some darker. Maybe even a leaf shape under here. And here with a little tip maybe. I like that. I'm going to mix in some titanium white, some cadmium yellow light, and I'm going to put some lights on these. Just odd little stroke here and there. Not too much, although I do tend to go overboard, I admit. Coming along, isn't it? I'm using raw umber and I'm just going to put a slightly darker shadow. various places along my branch. I'm hoping you can see that. And I'm adding a little sap green, and I'm going to put a little kind of ring around the top of these, because where they join the stem from the tree, there's like a little crown. I also feel that I could put more of a light on there. And I might have gone overboard with that, so I'm taking a when I make mistakes like that, I find a soft, dry brush is very helpful for blending in and taking the water out. And I use a different brush to add paint to try and keep that one dry. I just want to put some more light up there. The paint is quite wet though. That's better. I'm adding raw sienna to my shadow down here. It's a case of adjusting all the edges in the way I paint. Now, other people paint differently, so you have to look at lots of videos. I think I could put on a few more light greens on my leaves, just a touch here and there. I really think I'm happy with that. I really do. I think maybe one more dab here. And I really think that I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to call it a day. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up and see you next time. Bye.